This is not the roof.
I'm sorry to call you all here on such short notice.
This
I
is the
feel there's
bridge.
something you need to know about Lynn. Miss Lynn, did something happen to her? Do you remember the sound that the Crystamax parasitized puppet singer made when it attacked? Our technicians have analyzed and processed the sound. We've translated what we've got into human speech. She's calling for Ruby?
What?
If it really came for Ruby, then Lynn must have hidden something from us, both about the monster and Ruby.
Well, she did say she made a promise to somebody that she would watch over Ruby. So it could be that whoever she's, whoever she promised, is lost within the gray space continuum thing that they were talking about, that Zeke is possibly in, and is trying to contact.
But why would Ruby have anything to do with it? Ruby's identity has always been mysterious. She suddenly appeared beside Lynn about 2 years ago. Lynn only said Ruby was entrusted to her by a friend, but she has never said anything about who that friend was. What's more, we couldn't find anything on Ruby. It seems like Lynn is intentionally trying to keep Ruby's identity a secret. After the attack, the reason that she denies that she conversed with the monster is she doesn't want us to know about Ruby's involvement in all this. Why did Miss Lynn do that? As per regulation, I've submitted everything I've found to Larson. He will soon be holding an inquisition at Cloudtop regarding Lynn. But before that, I want to see if you two have anything to say. You were there. Did I miss anything that went down between Lynn and the monster?
Before Dr. Clive suddenly came in and opened fire, the enemy wasn't hostile. It was trying to communicate with Lynn. But if Miss Lynn wanted to hide this from us, she could have sent Shirley and me away and taken care of it herself.
I believe in Miss Lynn. She has always acted in the best interest of the people here. There must be something more to this than we know. I also trust that Lynn would never betray Meroria, but her actions are, indeed, suspicious. We have to tread carefully for the safety of the city. Archon Larson wants both of you to be there at Lynn's Inquisition. We can only hope Lynn can explain all this, but I wonder how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Yeah, you're right. No, that's not good news.
Miss Lynn, let's go in.
Don't forget what I told you before you slept.
I remember.
Then wait here for me. I'll be right out.
Uh-huh.
Let's go then.
Let's go. Ruby?
I think. What do you think, Nia? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Hello.
Oh, looks like we have two new faces in our midst.
Shut
Oh,
up.
let me introduce you. These two are Executor and Shirley from District 9. This is...
Hello, I'm Tianlong. Hey, Lyra, why don't you come and say hi?
Greetings. I'm Lyra. Tianlong is District 7's High Executor and is dispatched on a mission. Ms. Lyra is the current president of the Madelin Foundation, as well as Archon Larson's special consultant.
I'm sorry that my work required me elsewhere.
No, everything happened because of me. Sorry for taking up all your time.
Now that we're all here, let's get started.
Archon Larson.
Hold on. So, the thing I'm not getting about this is this one is from the one that they manually created, right? They bred to, got an Abyssant, then I took down the Abyssant. That's the one they extracted, took it out. It took over a creepy, like, mannequin robot, and then attacked after he shot it. So this was man-created. This wasn't just a regular Abyssant, though. So man, this is a hard one. I'm not buying that it's Lin. I don't think it's Lin. I don't think Lin has anything to do with it. I don't think Saki has anything to do with it either. Man, what happened is really stumping me. I mean, they could totally play it off that, oh, it was just a fluke thing. It just happened that way. You know, but at the same time, I don't know how much I buy it, though. You know? Like, it just so happens to take a form. I don't know.
I believe everyone here already knows about what happened a few days ago at the Listener Conference. Despite how the puppet singer was destroyed, and the artificial Christomax was relocated, it has a significant effect on things. Many have started questioning whether or not Miroria's defense systems are able to withstand gray space entity attacks.
See, and what bothers me is him saying that, because this was man-created. They created this at the Listener, like the Listener researchers, they created that. They created that. This wasn't just one that they found. Like, they manually created it.
These concerns are understandable, since gray space entity attacks have never happened inside Miroria. If we cannot guarantee our denizens' safety, it stands to reason that we will lose their trust. Captain Saki Fuwa has doubled the patrols in Miroria, and Lyra will be assisting in upgrading the city's current surveillance systems. However, these are but contingencies and responses to an emergency incident. We need to prevent similar situations from taking place in the future. Lin, Captain Saki Fuwa should have already relayed the results of the investigation to you. Would you please explain why you concealed the fact that the puppet singer could communicate with you? And what exactly did it say to you?
Now that the Security Special Forces reports are out, there's nothing more I could say other than, I'm sorry, Archon Larson. I concealed it not because I have an agenda or harbor ill will. There are just some things that I feel are not ready for the public eye.
Forgive me for being frank, Miss Lin. This thing has profound influences. If we can't work together and solve this crisis together, I'm afraid...
Archon Larson, please let me handle the follow-up to this incident. I promise I'll present a satisfactory answer to everyone. I'll just need some extra time.
Lin, I've trusted you, and I'm willing to believe that there is a reason for your actions. However, I cannot allow you to put the whole city in danger.
Archon Larson is responsible for the safety of the entire city. Please understand that, Lin.
It spoke Ruby's name. That's the kid who hangs around you. The Security Special Forces have completed their investigation into Ruby's identity and past, and found no activities beyond the last 2 years. Lynn, who is this kid?
Archon Larson, I vouch for Ruby that she's always been a good kid. I'll educate her well and be held responsible for all her actions.
I don't need you to take responsibility. The artificial Crystamax parasitized monster is.
See, and right there, he even said it. Artificial. It was created. Why are you not questioning the doctor? Like, why are you not questioning the guy who fucking created it? Like, I'm baffled. I'm baffled that they're not questioning the guy who created the artificial one. Like, I don't understand. Sure, if you want to have questions for Lynn, that's fine. Sure, it makes sense. Who's Ruby? I don't know. I think I asked that when I first got here. But, you know, like, I don't know. It's a valid question. But at the same time, I would be asking the fucking guy who created it what the fuck he did. Like, why is this happening? That's more, like, I would say that's more prominent than asking Lynn all these questions and shit.
Security alert. All non-combatants, please proceed to the nearest safe zone.
Ruby. Archon Larson, please give the order to lock down all exits immediately.
You have your orders, Captain Saki Fua. Don't worry about me.
I don't think it's gonna hurt Ruby either. What the fuck?
Captain Saki Fua,
Archon Larson.
take Ruby to the infirmary and keep her safe.
Yes, sir.
Lynn, I need an explanation from you.
We just got here. We don't know what the fuck went on. We don't know what went on. What explanation do you want? I'm sorry you had to see all this, Mia. This is a lot for you to take in. I know. I'm sorry. This is a lot.
The artificial Crystamax has caused many security incidents. I hope now you can see how this thing doesn't just affect you and Ruby, but all of us.
Archon Larson, I will give you all the information I have, but I have a request.
You can give me your demands, but I can't promise anything.
This guy's a dick.
I need you to give me your word that you'll assure Ruby's safety after hearing what I have to say. Ruby is not really a human. She's the result of an experiment trying to fuse humans and gray space entities.
What? Ruby? She's...
An artificial gray space entity. Just like what Dr. Clive did.
To a certain extent, yes. Ruby and the artificial gray space entity in the listener testing ground are the same. That artificial Crystamax may be attracted to Ruby. Do you remember who Rubilia is, Archon Larson?
Dr. Rubilia, the first supervisor of Project Listener. That kid is a true genius. If it weren't for the accident, she could have achieved much and given much to Meroria.
An accident?
2 years ago, in a routine collection mission on the surface, Rubilia went missing in a gray space entity attack. Her project was then handed off to Dr. Clive, who used to be her assistant.
Wait. What happened to Dr. Rubilia took place 2 years ago. And that's also when Ruby appeared in Meroria. Ruby? Rubilia?
Rubilia used her own genetic code to fuse with the Gray Space entity in the experiment. That's how Ruby was born.
Fusing human DNA with that of the Gray Space entity is directly forbidden by Archon Harunobu. What Dr. Rubilia did was... madness!
Since her father died, Rubilia's been running those forbidden experiments in her secret lab. I only learned of it when I found her journal by accident. I put a stop to her experiments and sealed off the lab. Out of many concerns, I didn't make it public. Instead, I exiled Rubilia out of Meroria.
You mean she didn't go missing because of the Gray Space entity attack? But it was by your orders?
Yes. I only wanted this thing to go away at the time. Rubilia's experiments were too extreme. I didn't know what would happen if they went public, so I leveraged my position to conceal it all.
If Rubilia really did create a superior abyssant with human intelligence and in human form, but outside of human control, it would be a great disaster for all mankind. Lynn, how many like Ruby are out there? Are there any in this city that remain undiscovered?
Archon Larson, Ruby is the only test subject left alive. She possesses a human mind. I can assure you that she'll not lose control and become a monster and threaten the safety of everyone.
Even if you can prove that Ruby doesn't pose a threat, there's been no change in her situation after she absorbed that artificial Crystamax. We cannot be certain if she'll be affected or controlled by the Crystamax.
And
Lynn, Executor, and Shirley, please stay here. I'll decide the next course of action after they run a full checkup on Ruby.
Larson, I only wish for Ruby to be treated as a human, not a monster locked up in a cage and studied in a lab.
I have my own thoughts on this, but I can assure you that Ruby will be safe. Captain Saki Fuwa, with me.
Yes.
Why not just give Ruby to us? I'll take Ruby.
Oh.
Look out!
Was that me?
Better be careful.
That should have been me.
It's not over yet.
I'm badass. Why is nobody...
Lynn, you didn't say the Gray Space entities may still be active here.
Maybe a test subject got free. Stay on your toes, and prepare for any surprise attack from Gray Space entities. The lower labs are right up ahead. Follow me.
Is nobody gonna talk about how cool I was? That's ominous.
This place gives me the chills.
The Gray Space entities in stasis were key subjects used for Rubilia's research. We may be able to find some clues that I missed previously.
What would I tell Archon Larson if I were to go back empty-handed? What is
Features do not match. Verification failed.
Move out of the way.
Features do not match. Verification failed. Retrieving alternative data. Features match. Identity verified.
What the fuck is that? It's a Rubik's Cube. Touch it.
Lynn, Rubilia left this lockbox for you, didn't she? We all saw it.
Rubilia has never mentioned anything about it to me. This lockbox.
It's really well hidden. Wonder what's in there. Now I'm curious.
I'm not sure what's inside. The internal workings of this lockbox are extremely intricate. Opening it by force will likely damage the content inside.
We better take the lockbox back to Miroria first, and see what Archon Larson wants to do with it.
Surely that's a stupid idea.
Fine. You keep the lockbox safe, Tianlong. This may be the most valuable find in this investigation of ours.
Fine, fine. At least it's something to tell Archon Larson.
I bet you Ruby can open it though. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Hello. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Good thing I'm not using Vince at all. Whew. Thanks, Tips. Oh, there's nothing there. Oh shit. Whoops. That's on me. That's insane. Wow, what a fucking combo, dude. got
Man,
him.
I really don't want to stay here a second longer than I have to.
The facilities have not been maintained for a long time. Other test subjects may have gotten free as well. We should hurry.